The Blessed Edmund Rice. Edmund Ignatius Rice was born on 1st June 1762 in a village called Callan in Ireland. He was born to Robert Rice and Margaret Rice on the farming property of Westcote. Edmund had four brothers and three sisters. He was the fourth of the seven children. He lived on a small farm that had pigs, cows, and chickens. Edmund joined his uncle's business of supplying food and water to ships at a very young age. Edmund was an ethical businessman and soon became popular and rich. Apart from business, he was a member of the association established in the city for the relief of the poor. This association visited the homes of the impoverished and provided them with financial aid. Edmund met a young girl called Mary. They got married. The couple awaited a bright future. Life was perfect for them, but little did they know what it had in store for them. Little after 3 short years of marriage, the couple met with a tragedy. His young wife died while giving birth to their first and only child, also named Mary. The unlucky mother fell while riding a horse and died after she succumbed to the injury by the fall. Edmund's world collapsed. He was deeply grieved and became lonely. After the dreadful demise of his wife, Edmund became more devoted to God. He read the Bible every day and recited the Rosary. He regularly visited the church. After recalling his earlier life, Edmund solely aimed to help the needy. Edmund used to visit the poor boys wandering aimlessly on the streets. One of his friends suggested that he should help them in some way. Therefore, he decided to start a school for them so that they could secure a brighter future for themselves. As a 40-year-old widower and a successful businessman in Waterford on Ireland's southeast coast, Edmund Rice changed course radically. He was a rich merchant living in comfortable environment, but he was conscious of the hardships suffered by the poor. Realizing the effects of deprivation, especially on the youth of the city, he responded to their needs. He sold off his business interests and started a school for the needy in 1802.
Devoting life to the poor, Edmund started a school named Mount Sion. Initially, he hired teachers to help him to eradicate illiteracy among the unfortunate. Owing to Edmund's ill luck, all the teachers left. Therefore, he took the help of Christian brothers to achieve his aim. Not only did Edmund take the responsibility of educating the poor, but also clothing and feeding them. Edmund, the teacher. It was a tough job for Edmund to teach the boys as they were indisciplined. But hard work pays. Gradually, with the qualities of patience and love, he managed to educate them and taught them to behave and pray. He raised them to become responsible human beings. His first success encouraged him to impart his education beyond borders. A foster parent, Edmund noticed that the children suffered a lot from cold due to improper dressing. Tailors were employed to sew proper clothes for them. The tradition of feeding and clothing the children was followed by the congregation of Christian brothers. The Patriarch. Edmund's educational activities proved to be illegal in the eyes of the Irish authorities of that time. His chief concern extended to the poor, mainly young boys and adolescents, and he identified education as the key to survival. Many Irish Catholics were deprived of the education and social and political progress. By laying the foundation of many schools and teaching congregations, Edmund Rice became a liberator. He was regarded as the patriarch of the monks of the West. A challenge for Edmund. Edmund faced tough times with the foundation of each and every school without sufficient funds. On being asked as how to survive without money, Edmund replied, Providence will be our inheritance. This prophecy turned out to be true. The congregation escalates. With the expansion of the congregation, Edmund opened more schools in Ireland and England. 4 years after Edmund's demise, two brothers, trained by the congregation in Ireland, arrived in Kolkata and took up the responsibility of the boys in the orphanage in Murgihata and two schools on Bobaza Street. The orphanage was shifted to Damdam, which is known as St. Mary's Orphanage, in 1947, and schools were renamed as St. Joseph's College and St. George's School. A passionate human being, Edmund was an angel in disguise for the poverty-stricken. He provided food and clothes and other help to the needy he came across. He visited the sick in the hospitals and provided medicines to them. He visited prisoners in the jail and prayed for the ones to be hanged to death. A lost idol. In 1838, Edmund Rice retired from the post of Superior General of the Order and returned to Waterford. He was 76 and was presently suffering from painful arthritis. Edmund's soul departed to heaven on Thursday, 29th August 1844. His body was buried at Mount Sion, the heart of Waterford City. His death led to widespread sorrow in the city. The people mourned at the loss of their greatest benefactor.